Massive market shifts rarely begin with massive events. Usually, it starts with a small rule, a quiet regulatory tweak, a subtle incentive change, a minor adjustment nobody tracks seriously. Then the entire system begins drifting. Observers wait for a dramatic crisis, but the real force is gradual, structural, persistent. We look for explosions while the system quietly rewires itself underneath us. Small rules feel insignificant because their effects are delayed. No immediate collapse, no alarm, so the leverage point gets ignored. People track headlines, prices, reactions. They miss the engine changing underneath those reactions. The system is not malfunctioning. It is adapting perfectly to a new constraint. That is why markets suddenly feel confusing. The visible outputs changed because the invisible incentives changed first. This is where most people freeze. But at Solver Studio, we go to our toolkit, the Solvers 6. The tool is the leverage shift. The principle is simple. Small inputs create massive outcomes when placed at the right point. We stop fighting the scale of the system. We locate the constraint shaping its behavior. Then we shift that constraint. The power is not in force, it is in placement. First, diagram the structural loop. Ignore the noise. Map the incentives. What rule creates what institutional response? What response creates what market behavior? Trace the sequence fully. Rule, reaction, consequence, reinforcement. The goal is to reveal the loop governing the system. Next, locate the friction point. Where can a small adjustment create disproportionate behavioral change? That point is usually hidden inside a technical detail, a reporting rule, a tax incentive, an approval process. Small surface change, massive systemic effect. That is the leverage point. Finally, stabilize a new constraint. The rule must be precise, clear, non-negotiable. Once inserted, the system recalibrates around it automatically. Momentum changes direction, not because the force was massive, because the leverage point moved. The leverage shift follows a precise sequence. Map the structural loop. Locate the friction point. Stabilize a new constraint. Do not chase the visible outcome. Shift the mechanism producing it. The same dynamic appears in personal behavior change. Most people attempt total life overhauls, extreme diets, extreme routines, maximum effort. Then the system snaps back. The leverage point is usually smaller, one boundary. For example, certain foods never enter the house. That single constraint reshapes shopping, meals, and late-night behavior automatically. Small rule, large behavioral drift. Structural power is quiet. The system's shaping outcomes are usually invisible until the momentum becomes undeniable. Leverage is the discipline of finding the small point controlling the large result. Once the constraint shifts, the system follows.